Hello learners and welcome to another week at CPDLF. This week we're going to talk about paraphrasing and we're going to be using the Cornell Notes template, and I think this is going to be one of the most useful lessons that you will have in ConnectsU. Because it's something that you will use essentially, I think, forever in your life. You're reading something and you have to break it down and you have to paraphrase it, and you can go back and you can reference it. And even into my life today, I'll read something and I'll take notes on it. And even if it's an email, sometimes, I'll take out the important points, whether it's dates, times, whatever I need out of it. And, I'll jot it down and I'll paraphrase it. It might not be exactly Cornell Notes like you guys are going to use, but it's going to be very handy, I think, in your life. Okay, so let's get started here. Okay, so this is a general Cornell Notes template. They don't have to look exactly the same, but essentially you're putting key points or details over on the side. You're going to have some sort of title up here, so the course. You might put the lesson, the date, and then after you put your key points, whether it be a date, a person's name, an event, you'll write some details beside it. Okay, it is okay to abbreviate, but you have to know what it is when you go back to it. So if you shorten something and you don't know what it is, it's not going to help you. Okay, and one of the hardest things with note-taking is making sure to paraphrase the information, putting it into your own words. So you don't want to, find the key point, whether it's a person, a date, or whatever, and then write exactly what it says in your lesson. You want to, change things, maybe, just pull out that very important information and put it in the details. Just writing something straight from a website or a book is not going to help you learn it. You need to read it, and then you need to put it into your own words. And then when you go back to take the quiz, the test, or do the project, you're going to have everything right there. So whether you do your Cornell Notes on the computer, whether you do them in a notebook, it's going to be very helpful to have some notes to refer back to. Okay, so here's an example here. It's a democracy versus a monarchy. Democracy and monarchy are two forms of government that show a lot of difference between them. Democracy is a form of government in which the power of governing is derived from the people. On the other hand, a monarchy is a form of government in which an individual called the monarch is given all the political power. The monarch is the head of state in a monarchy. Since both monarchy and democracy are important forms of government, one should know the difference between the two. So in the United States, we have a representative democracy. We, elect representatives to, work on our behalf. And the monarchy, you have your king and the queen, and the monarchy has the power. And then a lot of times under the monarchy, there might be, a different form of government as well. But if it is a constitutional monarchy, they follow the Constitution. But this is just a very basic thing. Okay, so democracy versus monarchy. So over here, you have your key points, and then you're going to write some details about them. Okay, so I'd like you to just practice that, even if you want to get out just a sheet of paper right now, and just practice. Democracy on this side, write a few details, not copying word for word, and then monarchy, and then a few details, not copying word for word. Okay, like I said, just get out a sheet of paper, give it a try. This is not something that is, going to form overnight. And now, so you're a very good note taker and you've been doing this. It takes some practice to really learn how to take notes. But I've learned this from Learning Lab that a lot of people or a lot of learners, don't know how to take notes. And it's just one of those skills that you practice and you build upon it. Okay, so you will continue working on your Cornell Notes on a monarchy versus a democracy. Continue to make sure you're paraphrasing the information in your detail section to make sure you are putting it into your own words and can understand it. And if you want me to check it, you can always, take a picture of it and send it in an email or a hangout, and just sort of let me look at it and make sure that you're on the right track with paraphrasing. Okay, so again, democracy versus monarchy, Cornell Notes, key points, the details in your own words. Okay, so we're going to try some independent practice this week. You're going to select a topic from one of your lessons found in one of your classes. Okay, so go in, find something this week from one of your classes. It doesn't have to be history or math or anything, just pick one thing. I'm not going to, say get into this class, a lesson that you're working on, and you will pick out the details and you will paraphrase, okay? You're not going to do the entire lesson, but you are going to pick out a few things, a few ideas, and then paraphrase into your own words. And try to remain positive as you learn to paraphrase. It is going to take time to develop this skill. Okay, so like I said, what you're doing is key points and some details. And the key thing is not to write every single thing down from the lesson. Okay, it's to pick out some details so that when you go back, maybe the date will be there. Maybe, a little information about the person will be there. I just had some learners complete a lesson in history, and they had to pick these key people and they had to describe them. And this would have been very helpful for this, learning how to paraphrase and then put the information into what they submitted to me. Okay, so what you're going to do this week is you're going to tell me why it's important to paraphrase well. Okay, so why do we need to learn this skill? And you are going to share the example of paraphrasing you completed, okay? Not the one that deals with democracy versus monarchy, and now you just want me to check it, okay? You are submitting the one from one of your lessons, okay? And it doesn't have to be anything huge. Just go into maybe a math lesson and there's a couple key terms and then the details, and you just need to show it to me, okay? So you can place both of the completed questions on the Cornell Notes template that's found in my Google Classroom. And I'm going to put this in here so you can easily write on it. Okay, so name, topic, the course, just some information. You put the important idea over here, whether it's a date, a person, an event, and then you can write on every other line or give yourself some space. You are allowed to abbreviate, but remember, if you abbreviate, you can't forget what you wrote, okay? You can't go back and say, what was that? Okay, and then it is very helpful at the end to kind of wrap everything up, just a little summary. Remember, you're not writing everything that is in your lesson. The point is to grab some of the key things and then, give yourself a little information and then wrap it up at the end, okay? So you will be submitting this, and then at the very bottom too, you can even just write down here telling me why it's important. Sorry about that. Why is it important to paraphrase well? Okay, so if you have any questions, please reach out to me. But like I said, this is a skill that's going to take a little bit of time, okay? And we're going to work on it throughout the week. And hopefully by day 5 of doing this, you guys are going to have a better understanding of what it takes to paraphrase, okay? So, I'll ask you questions on it throughout the week. You'll reflect upon it. And hopefully by the end of the week, it'll be a little bit easier to complete the Cornell Notes and learn how to paraphrase. Okay, so have a wonderful week 15. And like I said, if you have any questions, please reach out. Thanks. Bye.